Good morning, students. In our previous class, we had studied about the whole numbers. Today, we are going to discuss about the properties of the whole numbers. There are 5 properties of the whole number. First one is closure property. Second one is commutative property. Third one is associative property. Fourth one is distributive property of multiplication over addition. And fifth one is identity property. Let us understand all the properties of the whole numbers one by one.
Let us learn all the properties of the whole number on the basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. First property is the closure property. Under closure property we have closure property of addition. When two whole numbers are added, we always get the sum as a whole number. For example, 2 plus 3 equals to 5, which is a whole number. 5 plus 6 is equals to 11, which is a whole number. Second one, closure property of multiplication. When two whole numbers are multiplied, we always get the product as a whole number. For example, 3 multiplied by 9 is equals to 27, which is a whole number. 4 multiplied by 5, which is equals to 20, which is again a whole number. Third one, closure property does not hold true for subtraction and division. When two whole numbers are subtracted, it is not necessary that the difference will be a whole number. For example, 6 minus 4 is equals to 2, which is a whole number. But 5 minus 6 is minus 1, which is not a whole number. And same for the division. When two whole numbers are divided, it is not necessary that we will get a whole number. For example, 8 divided by 4 is equals to 2, but 4 divided by 8, which is not a whole number. So the closure property is applicable only on addition and multiplication. Second property is the commutative property, and this property is applicable only on addition and multiplication. The result of addition or multiplication, two whole numbers will always be the same no matter in which order they are added or multiplied. For example, 2 plus 5 is equals to 7 and 5 plus 2 is equals to 7. So we can say 2 plus 5 is equals to 5 plus 2. And same for the multiplication, 3 multiplied and 8 multiplied 3 is equals to 24. So we can say 3 multiplied 8 is equals to 8 multiplied 3. Commutative property does not hold true for the subtraction and division. Subtraction of two whole number is not commutative. This means we cannot subtract two whole numbers in any order and we get the same result. Let us take two numbers 7 and 5. So 7 minus 5 is equals to 2, but 5 minus 7 is equals to minus 2. So we can say 7 minus 5 is not equals to 5 minus 7. Division of whole number is not commutative. If 14 and 7 are the two whole numbers, then 14 divided by 7 is not equals to 7 by 14. So we can say the commutative property is applicable only on addition and multiplication. Third property is the associative property. This property is also applicable only on addition and multiplication. Let us study about the associative property of addition and multiplication first. When we add or multiply three or more whole numbers, the value of the sum remains the same. For example, if 10, 5 and 12 are three whole numbers, then 10 plus 5 plus 12 is equals to 10 plus 5 plus 12. In first case, I had grouped 5 and 12 and then added to the 10. In both the case, you will get the same answer and same for the multiplication also. If 2, 3, 5 are the whole numbers, then 2 multiply 3 multiply 5 will be equals to 2 multiply 3 multiply by 5. Associative property does not hold true for the subtraction and division. This means that we cannot group any two whole number and subtract them first. If 8, 5 and 2 are three whole numbers, then 8 minus 5 minus 2 is not equals to 8 minus 5 minus 2, because 8 minus 5 minus 2 is equals to 5. So clearly you can see 5 is not equals to 1. And same with the division. So the associative property hold only for the addition and multiplication. Fourth property is the distributive property of multiplication over addition. This property shows us that the multiplication of a whole number is distributed over the sum of the whole numbers. If A, B and C are three whole numbers, then A multiply B plus C is equals to A multiply B plus A multiply C. Let A equals to 10, B equals to 20 and C equals to 5. So 10 multiply 20 plus 5 will be equals to 250, and 10 multiply 20 plus 10 multiply 5 is equals to 200 plus 50, which is equals to 250. Fifth property is the identity property. Under this we have additive identity and multiplicative identity. Let us discuss additive identity first of all. This is the property of 0 by which the value of the whole number remains the same when added to any whole number. 0 is the additive identity of whole number. For example, 0 plus 7 is equals to 7 and 7 plus 0 is equals to 7. So here 0 is the additive identity for the number 7. Now coming to the multiplicative identity, when we multiply 1 with any whole number, the product is the number itself. 1 is the multiplicative identity of whole number. For example, 6 multiply 1 is equals to 6, which is equals to 1 multiply 6. So here 1 is the multiplicative identity for the whole number 6. Now let us try to solve the sums of exercise 2.2 in your notebook. Question number 1 is find the sum by suitable rearrangement. First part is 837 plus 208 plus 363. So we have to arrange the numbers such as we will get the maximum number of zeros at the end. So we had grouped two numbers together, that is 837 and 363. So after adding 837 and 363, we will get 1200 and then we will add 208 to it. At the end, we will get the answer 1408. Second question in your book is find the product by suitable rearrangement. It is same way as we had done in the first question. First part is 2 multiply with 1768 multiply with 50. So again we will group the numbers such as we will get the maximum number of zeros at the end. So we had grouped the number 2 and 50 together. Product of 2 and 50 is 100, which we will multiply with 1768. So we will get the answer 1,76,800. Now the third question in your book is find the value of the following. First part is 297 multiply with 17 plus 297 multiply with 3. Here you can see 297 is repeated 2 times. So we can take out the 297 common and then we can group the numbers 17 and 3. So after adding 17 and 3 we will get 20 and then we will multiply with 297. Answer we will get 5940. Fourth question is find the product using suitable properties. First part is 738 multiply with 103. We can expand the number 103 as 100 plus 3. From here we will get the distributive property of multiplication over addition. So we can apply that property. It will be 738 multiply with 100 plus 738 multiply with 3. We will get 73,800 plus 2,214, which is equals to 76,014.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you all are doing your work on time. See you soon in the next video. Till that time, stay home, stay safe and please take care.